Hey DIYers, welcome to another fun and exciting DIY tutorial. It's my DIY Fringe clutch. This is a DIY that I've never done before. I've never handled leather because doing leather or sewn leather material, it requires leather tools, and those are pretty expensive. I'm not sure if I'm venturing that much into leather as yet, but I'm just testing the waters, and so far it's not that bad as I thought it would have been, because this leather is a bit softer than the typical harder type of leather, so it's much more manageable with a regular machine versus the harder one which is going to require industrial machine or leather machine. I'm not quite sure what kind of machine they use, but I must say that was not bad. My first attempt, it's really cool, and I'm sure gonna complete another DIY using this, using leather. I hope you like what you see today, and let's start.
Drop that shit.
Alright, so the first part of the video got deleted. This is where I showed you the measurements that I used for the purse, or for the clutch rather. But here I have the measurement: 11 inches for the width, 8.5 inches for the length. So after you've cut out the measurement, or the fabrics rather, I'm going to place the zipper in between the leather piece at the extreme bottom, the lining at the top, and the lining is taffeta lining. So for the glossier section of the leather, that's going to be face up. The zipper is going to be turned down, zipper facing, and the lining is going to be on top. And then I'm going to start pinning, and I'm just pinning the top section so I can take it to the machine and do my stitching. If you don't have a machine, you can always hand stitch, but just let me tell you, hand stitching is quite tedious. So here I'm at the machine, getting the two sections stitched together, or stitched to the zipper, and I'm removing the pins as I go along, as I don't want my machine needle to break. So I'm through stitching, just folding it over, showing you guys what it's going to look like. You can do a top stitch on the top of the leather if you like, if not, it's fine. So for the other piece of leather, I've placed it underneath. The glossy section should be turned up again. The zipper section will be turned up this time, or the facing should be turned up, and the lining on top. Pinning it to the top section again to take it to the machine and do my stitching. So I've turned the leather over, wrong side facing up, and I'm just measuring the length of the fringes. For the length, I'm going for 7 inches. No, I'm just measuring the 7 inches and I'm creating some dots. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut out those dots that I've created, or use the dots as a guide to ensure that I have the 7 inches secured. So once I've gone ahead to cut it out, what I'm gonna do is measure across the clutch to see how long, or the width of how wide I want the fringes to be, or how long, the width, sorry, of how I want it to run across the clutch. So for that measurement, I'm doing 10 inches, and bear in mind that you don't want that to run off your seam allowances. So at the end of the day, I should have 30, because I'm doing 3 rows, so it should be 30 right across for the width. So 10, 10, 10, so that's 10 3 times. So here I am. Forgive what I'm using for my straight edge. I should have used the ruler, but I couldn't bother to get one. So here I am using a book cover, and I'm just making some straight lines right down for the lengthwise, sorry, for the fringes. They're very small, not too thick though, and then I'm going to cut them out. So here I am cutting out the fringes that I've drawn previously. Not cutting to the extreme top, I'm leaving about 1/4 of an inch. So here I am just doing a little test to see how far I want my fringes to go, and pinning the fringe pieces to the clutch itself. Trying to see if I want it to be like 2 inches, 1 inch. I didn't have an exact measurement. I was just freeballing this one, but it's quite up to you how far I want to space them apart from each other. Again guys, once it's pinned, you can either use a machine or you can hand sew, whichever is easier for you. Alright, so I've gone ahead to sew on the fringe pieces to the clutch or the fringes to the clutch. So this part is optional. Here I have some studs that I purchased from eBay. They were like $5 for 100 pieces of studs. Now I'm just gonna pierce the clutch with the studs. This is going to the extreme top, the top layer of fringes, just overlapping the fringe onto the clutch. So the studs at the extreme bottom, they have some sharp edges. I'm just piercing it through the leather. Once it's through the leather, I'm using this pliers. It's called the bird mud pliers. I'm not sure if it's the exact term, but that's what my grandpa said. And I'm using it to bend those raw edges of the studs under or on the clutch or on the leather itself. So I'm bending it under to keep it secured. You can use the pliers or you can use your fingernails, whichever is more safer for you or hurts less for you. For me, it's the pliers. That's what I did. So I'm through adding the studs to the clutch. I'm just gonna go ahead now to enclose my clutch. So here I am. I folded over. I'm gonna fold over the leather facing leather, lining facing lining, and I'm gonna stitch around. And I'm not gonna enclose the lining section, but you want to fold your fringes in because you don't want to stitch your fringes. So here I'm through enclosing my clutch or the leather and part and the sides of the lining, that is. The fringe, I've folded the fringe inside because I didn't want to sew the fringe. And now I'm just gonna try and pull out the leather through the lining section. That's why I left the bottom section of the lining open and didn't enclose it fully. Alright, so it's all out. As you can see, here's my clutch. What I'm going to do now is enclose the lining. Because remember the lining, the bottom section is left open. So what I'm going to do is fold that raw edge inside and then I'm going to stitch the top up there. So there I've enclosed the lining and I'm just stuffing the lining inside the purse. I'm just going to get it zipped up for you and show you what the finished product will look like. And here you have the finished product, which is the fringe clutch. It's a leather fringe clutch, that is. It's looking lovely, especially with the little stud added. Remember, it's quite optional for you. I thought it would have added a little more elegance towards this clutch, and of course it did. A little more style or swagger. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. And remember, if you do make one of this, tag me on Instagram at its_me_LaShawn, on Facebook at LaShawn Malcolm, my new Facebook page, LaShawn DIY Designer. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube. Tune in next week for another fun and easy DIY tutorial. I might be coming back with another leather tutorial, I'm not quite sure. But if you want to see, tune in next week. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great time.